Welcome to the Desert Scene with Bonnie G from the Mutual Broadcasting System, where we explore the vibrant world of arts, culture, and entertainment in the desert. Join us as we uncover the hidden gems and shining stars that make this arid landscape burst with creativity. Brought to you by El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City, where authentic cuisine meets affordable prices. Diving into the desert oasis of talent and inspiration, here's Bonnie.
And welcome to the Desert Scene. Very happy to have you here, and really happy to have as our guest today Angie Delaire, who's a good buddy of mine, a wonderful, wonderful singer, and she's got a big show coming up at Revolution Stage Company. Hi, Angie. How are you?
Oh, hi, Bonnie G. I'm great.
Good.
You sound great as usual.
Thank you. So, and I have to tell everybody, I've worked with Angie several times. She's been a part of Razzle Dazzle, and she's wonderful and done several of her own shows. And she's got a big one coming up Saturday, July 6th, Songs of the Movies at Revolution Stage Company. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's also a captivating visual experience as well as the auditory. So the audience really gets into it, if you know what I mean. The songs mean so much more when you have the visual. So we have all that going on while we're on stage. So we're hoping to please. We know that we've got a good content together, and we're really happy to present it over at the Revolution Stage Company.
So you have Joel Baker as your musical director, who's fabulous. We know that. And special guest Paige Williams.
Oh, yes.
I've heard the name.
Yes, she's my niece.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about her. She's been singing in quite a while, too. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. Paige has got some of her own original songs on Spotify, if you want to check her out. And she's being presented today on the Brad Mercer show along with me, but some of her originals will be on there. And she's going to be doing from Les Mis and also from Defying Gravity.
Oh, great. So
from Wicked.
How did you, I was going to ask you, because there's so many great movies and so many great songs from the movies. How did you narrow it down? How did you choose what to do?
Well, Bonnie, it just occurred to me the other day that this is kind of my life story, this whole project, because Ron and I put it together. And, the fascinating thing is it just hit me, it dawned on me, Angie, you've been singing some of these songs for quite a few years, and some of them are new, but some of them are things that I've done. So I've always loved the movie music. So that's how it kind of came to be.
And so let's go back to your background. Did you start singing very, very young? You're from is it Canada originally?
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where I'm from. Not where Shania Twain is, but more in the Midwest.
Okay.
Near Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Wonderful place, but winters are horrible.
I can imagine. So was your whole family musical when you were growing up?
Oh, yes. We had a quartet, my mother, my sisters, and myself. And, of course, my youngest sister, Cammie, she's soloist as well as I am. The other two were more just, okay, let's do this, and we did. And she's going to be coming up in November to sing with me over at the Arthur Newman. So I'm getting family members in this whole thing. So this is great.
Excellent. So now, when did you know very, very young that you kind of wanted this to be your career?
Oh, yes. I was singing since about 3 or 4 years old. And, I ended up getting, my first training when I was around 6 years old. I could barely read, but they just, said, okay, we'll read it to you. And they'd read it to me one time and I'd get it. I wish that was still the case today. But
we all do, yeah.
So it was really young. Yeah, I started on television when I was 8 years old. And then it just kind of bloomed from there. And then I was doing shows over there and actually was able to go across my province through the Allied Arts Council and do my own show then. But then I did conventions and that type of thing, It was great. And then coming here to the desert and meeting you, and you kind of got the fire started under me again. So here I am.
Excellent. What brought you to the desert? What made you come here?
Well, my brother was living here, and he was practicing at the time as a doctor, Dr. Brian Williams, and, we loved the desert. So we kept coming back, and 96, Ron took the boards here, and henceforth, we've been here almost 27 years.
Wow. And Ron, your wonderful husband, Ron, is a chiropractor, which is excellent. We definitely need those around. We're going to take a quick break. We're talking to Angela Delaire. She's talking about her show, Songs of the Movies, at Revolution Stage Company. We'll be right back on The Desert Scene.
Craving a delicious meal that won't break the bank? Look no further than El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. At El Portal, we pride ourselves on offering family-friendly dining with affordable prices on our authentic Mexican cuisine. Owner Victor Lupercio and his dedicated staff make you feel like part of the family. Whether you choose to dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, you can always count on fresh, mouth-watering dishes that will transport you to the heart of Mexico. Enjoy discounts throughout the week and explore one of the Valley's best selections of tequila to complement your meal. Join us for live entertainment on Friday evenings and consider El Portal for your next special occasion with our catering services. Visit eatatelportal.com for more details and discover why El Portal Mexican Restaurant has become a culinary gem in the desert. El Portal, located 1 block south of Ramon on Day Palm and Via Olivera.
And we're back talking to Angie Delaire. So I love to ask singers a couple things. First of all, do you vocalize every day, even if you don't have a show coming up?
In some form I am. I'm kind of one of these people that sings around the house, and I'll think, maybe I should go over this, and maybe I should try this. But it's not an everyday occurrence, because I still am working in my husband's practice, which we think might be coming to an end shortly. But I think if I had more time, but, getting ready for a show, of course. I've been getting ready for this show probably 2-3 months and I have to do it every day. Yeah, in some form. Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I love to ask performers, right before you go out on stage in a show like this, do you? I mean, I know a lot. Sometimes people pray, they meditate, they maybe warm up, or but do you have any special thing you do, or like a lucky ring or something that you do, a procedure before you do a show?
Oh, that's funny you ask that, because I do believe in prayer. I think we get answered, whoever, but I know to the Great One up there, he answers prayers in various ways. But, my mother was very instrumental, and my father in my music. And I always wear something of my mother's. So it makes me feel very close to her.
Yeah, I love that. And here's another question for you. I love asking singers this, because people have very strong opinions, some people, on this. When a singer is doing a song, I know if it's a very emotional song, there are moments when singers sometimes kind of get into it and close their eyes. But then there are other times I've seen singers who close their eyes a lot, and I feel like maybe that kind of blocks the connection to the audience. What do you feel about that?
Yes, I think you're correct on blocking the audience. Sometimes you can't help that. It just happens. And it's happened to me where briefly I'm going, my eyes are closed. But you're sort of getting into it. But yeah, I think your connection with the audience is very important. Sometimes you have blaring lights and that you can't help it. You're kind of squinting. But it's true, Bonnie. Yeah, you have to keep that connection.
And what if you go to, say, an open mic or something like Jam, and someone says, Angie, come on and sing a song. Do you have a one or two go-to songs that you always, when you feel really comfortable in a situation like that, when someone says on the spur of the moment, come up and sing?
Well, of course, because, there are certain songs that you definitely have to practice with an accompanist, and others that okay, this is standard. But, like, for instance, the other night when I'm giving a plug for the Roost, it was the first time I've been there, and Joel was playing, and, we were getting ready for the show, so I knew what I could do with him, and I had my book all ready, but other times you're not ready, so you got to watch that.
So what if a standard, if you were going to go to an open mic with a pianist you didn't know, what song might you sing in that situation?
Well, maybe almost like Being in Love, because it's fairly well known. Sometimes Memory from Cats is another one that's well known. So those are kind of two opposite ends of what I do, because we do such a varied show. And, those are the kind of things that I wouldn't do Goldfinger with them. Like what I do in the show.
Yeah. Is there, I was going to ask you, I don't want you to give away all of your material that you're doing, but was there one one song in your show, Songs of the Movies, which again is Saturday, July 6th at Revolution Stage Company, 8 p.m., that was the most challenging for you to learn in that show?
Well, just looking over my song list here, I've been very blessed to have, like I say, Paige Williams, my niece, come in. And we did this duet several years ago. I'm going to say 19 years, maybe 20 years ago. And it's When You Believe. And she was quite young then. And we did it for a fundraiser. And I didn't realize how intricate the parts were in that. So whether we just went over it and did not do that, but her and I were kind of looking at each other. We said, I don't really remember doing all this. Do you, Auntie? And I said, no. Yeah, so that was kind of a challenge.
So where do people get tickets? So $20 to $25 VIP tickets. Where can people get tickets?
Well, they can go to revolutionstagecompany.com and just go on there. If they see my poster downtown anywhere, it does have, a scan on it that takes you directly to it. You just go from there and it'll take you right to tickets. And
by the way, if you haven't been to Revolution Stage Company, you really should check it out. It's a wonderful space, a nice big theater. They got a bar, they got an ice cream bar on the side. It's in the Sun Center on Palm Canyon. It used to be this old Zelda's nightclub years ago. Well, Angela Delaire, I will be there with bells on. I would really encourage people to check Angela out because she is wonderful. She's got some pipes, some amazing pipes, so check it out.
Thank you.
Songs of the Movies.
I'm so excited to. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bonnie.
Thank you, Angie Delaire. And the rest of you will see you the next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene is a production of the Mutual Broadcasting System and is sponsored by El Portal Mexican Restaurant. Eat at elportal.com.